Hello and welcome to the RaidzBank podcast. My name is Hoyt, and I am joined here by Poplo. How are you, sir?
Hello, doing well. Good to be back.
Yes, it's been too long. Unfortunately, Heartless is not on this episode, but rest assured he will be back. He's got some nice weekend plans. And happy Easter to those who celebrate. It would have been yesterday by the time you're listening to this. So hope you enjoyed the day with friends and family, or maybe the free day off work. I got Friday off, but Poplo,
Nice.
You're not getting any days off this time of year, are you?
Didn't get Friday off, that's for sure. But no,
Yeah.
I've been pretty busy at work, which is good. It's like weather's been really nice. Just things are moving, which is great. Feels like spring. So gonna try to go golfing this weekend, which will be fun.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you're a golfer. I love golf.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
social. I'm a social golfer. I love going. So actually, when I was gone last week, then I was up visiting some of my family, and it was for my cousin's baby shower, or my cousin's wife, I guess, and all the guys went golfing. So me and my cousins all just went golfing, like a bunch of us, and it was super fun. We had a great time out there. I don't think I've laughed that hard in a very, very long time. So it was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I played like 2 or 3 times this season.
Oh, nice.
The weather's starting to get beautiful. I try to play on the weekends, but it's usually every other weekend. So, and
Nice, dude.
I'm not good, but I love it.
Same.
It's like a good day for me if I break 100. So
That boy.
I'd like to get to where that's just assumed and normal, but sometimes I just 3-putt
You can get
everything.
there. No, don't do that.
No, I know.
I feel like breaking 100 is not like too hard. Like for the first couple, I've only broke 90 one time, so I'm not like the expert here, like talking or anything. But I feel like you just get one day when you're just like dialed in. You just play a little bit smart, and like you actually go for a score, and then like you could do it pretty easily. You don't have to do that every time you go out, but that's how I like to do it.
I'm pretty positive I broke 90 like once, but it's once every like year or two.
That's awesome.
On an easy course, so just have like a hot streak, everything's going right.
Yeah.
And then I'll hit a 108 the next day, like what the hell happened to me?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
actually, the course
cool.
that I broke 90 on was down in Arizona this winter on Wickenburg. I don't know if you've ever heard of that one, but that's a beautiful course up in the hills. And I actually shot, I think, an 89 on that course.
Okay,
So
nice.
That was super fun. Yeah.
That's awesome. Whenever I play my best, I'm in a scramble, and I'm just like resentful because I'm like, this doesn't count.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? I love
damn
scrambles. They're so fun.
I love scrambles. Yeah. All right. Back to RuneScape. What have you been up to, Poplo? It's been a while. You got like 2 weeks to catch us up on.
Yeah. Oh. Well, first off, I just want to say, great job last week. With Double Shine on the episode. That was so fun to listen to. I mean, that guy is so knowledgeable. You guys did a good job interviewing and stuff, but it was just so fun to have him on the podcast and listen to him just talk all things League. That man is definitely the expert on Leagues.
Yeah, thank you. He's awesome. Really glad we got him.
Yeah, no, that was super fun to listen to. It was kind of nice just to this week be one of the listeners. Just drive around and listen to this sweet podcast. So what have I been up to? So 2 weeks ago, I kind of mentioned this, but between the last time that I was on the recording, we had our TOB workshop in the clan. So that was 2 weekends ago, or was that last weekend? That might have been last weekend. But that went super, super great. That was so fun. We had a bunch of learners. I kind of made the schedule for everything, and I think we were able to fit pretty much everybody in who wanted to learn how to do TOB. I think we pretty much got them on a team. For normal mode, we just ran trios with one teacher, a +1, and a learner. And we got a bunch of people that got their first KCs, a bunch of people that literally had never stepped into TOB, never had done anything like that. And yeah, I think everybody got their clears that they wanted to. Some people got 2 or 3, just depending on time and stuff like that. And then we had a couple hard mode groups that went as well. So everything went super great. So thank you to everyone who participated. This was kind of my first big scale event, and there's just a lot of really positive feedback afterwards, and it was like very encouraging from you guys too. So thank you to everyone who left kind words and who participated. It was great. And real quick along that, I just kind of want to shout out the mentors, because I think that they should be mentioned just for the time that they spent on a Saturday to, I don't know, do Tob with the boys and to teach those who have never done it before.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of patience and a lot of gentleness, I guess, to teach someone how to do Tob. And these guys really did a great job. So shout out to Toddy, Scary Kurt, Morty Jr., Cause, Caddy, AF Carl, Ryukason, Zuckme, and Vexty. All those guys filled in on a bunch of teams, and we had a ton of +1s too who just came out, just wanted to raid with the boys. So that was super fun. I led a couple teams too, and it went really great. Met some new people too. It was always fun. So
Nice.
yeah, that's probably the biggest thing since the last time I was on the episode. Yeah, cooking up another event, but I think we're going to put it off till after leagues, because everyone here in a week or two is going to be pretty busy in leagues. But there's a little teaser. There's another event that I'm kind of planning in the background, a little bit on pause.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, still got the bracket challenge going on. So we had a couple people who, this is the chest room that I pitched to Heartless a couple episodes ago. So still got that going on. And yeah, in game, I guess I haven't really been up to too much. I've been doing a lot of star mining on the group iron.
Nice.
I'm pushing for amethyst so that we could just have amethyst arrows, because it sucks just killing starting to really dive into PVM a little bit more. Like that's kind of the next track, I guess, that I've kind of been going on. And it just sucks when it's like, okay, I'm gonna go do Doom with rune arrows. Like, I don't want amethyst, I don't want rigor pretty bad for some of the things that I'm gonna be doing.
Yeah.
So I've been doing my push to 92 mining. The main has been at Wintertodt, and if you're watching the YouTube video, then there's gonna be a pretty juicy opening at the end of this. Got a couple pulls lined up.
Okay.
So
I would also
300 or 400.
recommend. There's calcified rocks. Have you done those in Camtorn?
I saw them on like Jace's video.
Okay,
but I don't think they're AFK enough for me to do.
Yeah, they're like about 1 click per minute. So Motherload is like half of that. And then this is like less XP than Motherload, but a little more AFK.
Mm-hmm.
But for some people that like doesn't count. For me, I usually I'll do homework and I'll have an iPad on the side or the other monitor. I can click once a minute. And then there's the most important thing for AFK for me is that there's no punishment for neglecting it.
Right, yeah.
And like Slayer, for instance, if you neglect it, you might die. Like if you forget to eat or drink. So I don't always consider that AFK, but with mining, of course, there's no punishment. So
yeah, you can just stop whenever and pick it up right where you left off.
But yeah, I would recommend that to anyone listening who does like something like semi AFK or low APM, because you get like a little less than 20k prayer per hour while you're mining, which isn't much, but if you're getting 13 mil mining XP, it adds up. So
oh yeah,
it's nice. Prayer's just annoying on an iron.
I don't know if you've watched Jace's video, Jace's series, but
I have. I really like Jace. I don't think I've kept up with it though. I feel like I saw the episode. But what was he doing?
He's been doing that just when he's been editing and stuff. And obviously, I mean, that guy is an absolute demon. He plays all the time and he's insane. But he just rushed like 99 mining and he's up to like 33 mil mining XP or something. And he's done pretty much all of it at calcified rocks. And then he blew his prayer XP in the last video. And it was pretty juicy. So
I bet. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. Hoyt, what have you been up to this week?
You didn't get any pets? No pets or anything?
No pets this week.
No.
Sorry to report. Just wait till the end of the episode when I rip these bolts.
Okay.
Then I'll get it. I don't know what the next. I was kind of thinking about this yesterday when I was in the shower. The shower thoughts. But Wintertodt, I've been doing the solo method on the main. It is so chill, dude. Like,
I did it to 99. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just like AFK it for a while. Like, as long as the energy doesn't go back up to like 100, I think. I don't even know if it matters.
The problem is trying to finish a game when you want to be done.
That is true. It takes
like,
a little bit extra to finish.
I did it before the run energy changes.
Oh no, you have to bring
it was early on the account. Yeah, so I had no stams. I had low agility. Like, we're talking, I did it so early. I mean, I probably had 40 agility. I don't know. But you have to run back and forth to fix the braziers to finish the game. And you're just like walking. I had to have friends rescue me. They would have to come to my world and help me finish it. Otherwise, all your points are gone.
Dude.
So it was like, terrifying.
Okay.
Like, please.
This is hilarious because, first off, I'm pretty sure you can still end the game just from one brazier. If you just like stay at one and just continually light it over and over again. I'm pretty sure you could do that like after a little bit. But
yeah,
there's a bunch of people.
Maybe.
Yeah, right.
But they reworked it.
Right, since they reworked it, that's true. But there's a bunch of people that will just come and crash the games just for no reason, just to come and just like end the game.
Yeah.
And then there was this one guy that I was running around the arena. I was like, I'm purposefully not gonna let him end the game, so I was just following him, like fletching things for literally like 20 minutes. And he called in his clan, and he had 4 other people show up because he ran out of run. Someone else came and traded him stamina and stuff, and I was just laughing. It's hilarious.
Oh my God.
This guy.
That's funny.
So, anyways, that's a lot about me. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what we need, because on my side, I got a lot of baggage dumping, I guess, to do.
Boy.
Not really.
Spill the tea.
I gotta. I don't know. I gotta explain to the listeners. They already know, but so my main is at 999 collection logs because I want to get the Infernal Cape is 1,000. However, living at my parents, saving up for a house and wedding, we're on like the final stretch, but the internet is terrible. Like, I can't do Inferno. I can't even do a solo TOA. So the internet and RuneScape doesn't matter for most content, but when you're PVMing, it really matters. If you're constantly a tick or two delayed, you're just dead. And then your 40 minutes are gone, you're tilted, the content's hard enough, whatever. So that kind of soured my relationship with RuneScape, and then I went really hard on sailing.
With the RuneScape?
Well,
just in
on
general?
Old School. No, I'll get to it. I'm not quitting or anything. No.
Or just the Inferno?
Just the game.
Okay.
Because the things I want to do right now is I want to do Inferno. I want to do TOA. I want to do raids. But really, I was kind of locked into Inferno, and I couldn't do that because of the internet. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to start this Snowflake account, because Snowflake, I've always wanted to do a YouTube series, yada, yada. It doesn't require good internet. You're just cutting logs. So I did that. The first video popped off. I was like, oh my God, this is happening. And then it took me so long to do the second video because it's, 25 hours of editing. It's 100 hours of gameplay. It took me 5 weeks. And the second video just flopped.
No.
Which sucks.
What? I watched it day one, Hoyt. I love that video.
I know, great. No, it was good. And I don't care that much about the metrics, of course, which sounds counterintuitive to what I'm talking about, I know. But when you get 1/10 of the views on the second one, you just are like, shit. It was a flash in the pan. But I'm not quitting that either. I had to take a step back. I'm obviously doing too much. So the worst thing I can do is force myself to play an account, create content. Nobody wants to watch that. So there will be an episode 3. I don't know when, but there will be one. It's going to be a while, though, to be transparent. I just started school back up, and that brings me back to the main and the collection log problem. So
wait, real quick on the video. Okay. I would say, I don't think every video is going to pop off. Like maybe this one just didn't hit the algorithm. So you got to do one more. You got to do at least another one.
Yeah. The series isn't over or anything. Yeah. No, it's just, it's going to be more than a few weeks for the next episode because I got to take a deep breath and I have to want to do it.
That is true. That is true too.
Because for the viewers too, I don't know. I don't want to treat it too much like a job. So I have to have that itch and desire. And I think the itch and desire for me was that first episode. The concept, the idea, the execution. It's like starting a project but not wanting to finish it. It's that whole problem of the excitement is all gone and it's just the work now. But I'm still I don't know, I'm definitely rambling. I'm still excited about it, but I just had to address the elephant in the room with what I've been up to. And then that brings me back to the main. I've got 999 collection logs. I really want 1,000 to be special because it's a cool milestone. And I love to AFK. One of the reasons I like RuneScape is I like doing things IRL and getting experience on the side. It's just addictive and fun and cool. And so now I've been trying to find things to do that don't give collection logs or that give such big collection logs like pets that I wouldn't mind if it was 1,000.
I see.
So I've been doing agility too. I'm at 97, almost 98. So I'm closing that one out, just doing some chill.
Oh, there you go.
Chill agility while I relax, think about things, do homework. And slowly chipping away at maxing. And then I don't have the squirrel pet, so I'll be happy if I get squirrel pet and 1,000 clogs.
Oh yeah,
that'd be cool.
That's a good one.
But
well, don't put too much pressure on it. I mean, you're getting busy in IRL too with school and stuff like that. So those things have to take priority too. So make sure you don't burn yourself out. Yes. And it'll just be I'll be Limpwort doesn't drop a video every week, and so when he does, just look like it's a banger. We're just looking forward to the next Limpwort video. So it'll be the same thing. It's like Hoyt does drop a video every week, but when he does, it's 200 hours of something masochistic. Yeah, people will watch that. I like for sure. That. Yeah.
What else was I gonna add? Oh, I'm definitely gonna be playing leagues though, so it's exciting for me. Nice. As someone who's a little burnt, a little detached right now. I get to come back for leagues, and that's kind of what they're designed for, to hook you back in with a big bait. So I'm excited. We talked to Double Shine, of course, but this time I'm gonna go full fun mode, which fun to me isn't everyone else, but I'm gonna go full into skilling and trying to max and get 50 mil all. As opposed to when I did Dragon Cup, it was very much a PVM centric meta route that I didn't even make the route. I was copying the experts every single step. This time I'm I don't care about the trophy. I'm a play for fun, pick relics for fun. I'll still try to be efficient with what I'm doing, but I'm looking forward to not going in with the baggage of trying to get a Dragon Cup or anything.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yeah, and maybe when you get there, it'll happen if it happens, but...
Yeah. What about you? Are you looking at leagues?
Unfortunately, really? I've never really been a temporary game mode type person, so
no
probably
worries.
Not. You know how it goes. I've got a million other things I want to do on the accounts, so
yes.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Well, if you'd like to be notified of Poplo's amazing events like the Tob workshop that you might have missed, unfortunately, make sure to join our Discord. Link is in the description. You can also join our in-game clan, which is RaidzBank with a Z, all one word. So that's RaidzBank. Just join as a guest in-game, and we do have an 1,800 total requirement. And if you meet that, then a mod will invite you in. Just ask for an invite. Up next, we also have a Patreon where you can support us for as little as $3 a month. It really does go a long way to help support the show and keep it alive. If Patreon is not your thing, consider listening to a quick word from our sponsors. All right, welcome back, and thank you for taking a moment to listen to those ads or skip through them. That will be the only ad break besides the very end of the episode, as with all of our other episodes. So, it's been a while since we, yep.
I don't listen every week, but last week when I listened, I got the Spanish grocery ad.
Oh, no. That's so funny. I don't get it, man.
It's hilarious. Oh, and, okay, it's like a Fred Meyer ad that I got. Yeah. But it's like their slogan. It's always the
same one.
They say it half in English, even though it's in Spanish. I don't understand.
What in the world?
I don't know.
That's annoying but funny. I talked to the reps, and they're like, we fixed it. Sorry, thank you. I had to like fight with them for him to look. But yeah, I don't know why they're paying money to people who don't know what they're talking about. But
I can understand a couple words. I think I got the gist of it.
We appreciate their support. Anyway. We might look at some new providers. We'll see. That's funny. All right, so it has been a while since we have covered news and updates. Last week, as we talked about, we interviewed Double Shine talking about the League 6 reveal. And Leagues is coming out on April 15th. That's a Wednesday. So definitely next week we'll be talking about Leagues a little more. A lot has been released and announced, so go check out the relics and all the new, modifiers, zones, everything they're doing. And definitely listen to the podcast. Double Shine was awesome to chat to and super knowledgeable.
Yeah. Go check out his Twitch and YouTube too. I think they're linked in the last episode. So
yes. Yeah, it's mostly just Double Shine, all one word. I miss the socials. All right. So Jagex announced a massive surprise poll for Trouver changes and gathering quality of life. So, I was super happy to see the gathering quality of life on a post. You don't really get to see skilling get any love a lot of the time unless it's like egregious. So,
yeah, they've really been knocking it out of the park with these quality of life changes.
Yeah, always and they're like out of the blue. They're definitely in touch with the community and playing the game, and they know like what's annoying. I think this first one with the gem bag was purely from so much outburst about sailing, because in sailing everyone wanted to do salvaging, and salvaging is the passive method, and salvaging gave you these gems, the topaz and opal, that you couldn't do anything with because they don't go in the gem bag. Like, why are these gems not able to go in the gem bag? Come on, Jagex. So you're dropping these valuable gems because it's not worth it for you to take your boat all the way back to a dock and, bank and come back just for some Slayer bracelets. So first up, we have the gem bag or gem pouch. So currently, the gem bag comes from Motherlode Mine for 100 golden nuggets, kind of a steep price. It can hold 60 of each uncut gem. However, that's only sapphire through dragonstone. So sapphire, emerald, ruby, diamond, etc. Unfortunately, that does not include other gems such as opal and topaz. And I think it's because I'd have to look at the timeline, but do you think when did the Opal and Topaz, when did they come out? I don't remember them because I wasn't really a member as a kid. I mean, were they 2013, like on launch? Was the gem mine there?
I don't remember specifically when they came out, but I do want to say that like I have a memory of playing a long time ago and cutting a gem and getting like a crushed gem and being like, what the heck, where did my gem go? And that only happens with those. So, I mean, they've been in Karamja for like a long time, like in the gem.
And they're a part of Taibawanai, which is like one of the oldest things in the game. So,
and they had to have come out like before Motherlode Mine. Like Motherlode Mine is more
definitely
recent, I think, than the actual than those gems.
So I guess it was just an intentional decision when Motherlode Mine came out, which I don't know when it came out, but let's say 2015. Or does that sound fair to you? Something like that.
I'll look it up. You keep that.
Yeah. So probably back in the day, Jagex's philosophy has changed, but they probably said, we want to release this gem bag, but don't want to make it shatter the Slayer meta, maybe. I don't know, or the price of these valuable gems or these Karamja gems, or maybe they didn't even think about it. But everyone uses these gems from Karamja for the Bracelet of Slaughter and the Expeditious Bracelet. One speeds up your Slayer task, one slows it down, which you can imagine is super valuable when you do something like a Hydra task from Konar that's so annoying to chase. You'll do anything just to extend it a little bit further. So, Jagex is going to fix this. Did you find an answer?
Yep, so it came out April 24 of 2014.
Okay.
So Motherlode Mine's been out for a while. And let me see these. Yeah, they've been out since 2003. So they've been out forever.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't know.
guess it's just
an oversight in my opinion, probably. Or they just, or maybe like you said, maybe it's an intentional decision that they had. But
they were very careful back then, and the community was very distrustful, or distrusting, rightfully so, because, Evolution of Combat was 2011, I think, or 2009 was like the start of crazy changes. 2011 was like the nail in the coffin. 2 years later, we got Old School RuneScape. So this was only a year after launch of Old School. So they were like just terrified to release anything that was Easyscape or RS3 or EOC. Or it was just an oversight because they were a small team. And you can't expect everyone. I don't know. Here's the hard thing. Do you hold all developers to know everything about the game? They should, but they're also like, what makes a good RuneScape player isn't what makes a good developer, and vice versa. It's hard to find those unicorns that are both.
There's people who spend how many so many hours on the game, and you can still learn something new about it all the time. Like I don't think anybody could ever fully know this game, which I think is part of the intricacies and the uniqueness of it as well.
Yeah. That's cool. Okay, so they are proposing these 4 levels, the gem pouch, the gem satchel, the gem tote, and then finally the gem sack, which combines them. And Poplo, you said, very good point. They are using the new sailing resources.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, so the first one is made with linen, thread, and silk, and then hemp, and then cotton to upgrade them. And I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. That's a good way to. That's, in my opinion, a good way to integrate sailing into the actual main game. So that's kind of nice.
This is also like the first time, maybe not the first, but one of the first times they're integrating sailing into the main game and kind of breaking the wall down. Because most things in sailing are isolated. That's why people don't love this skill, but also what they had to do. So,
right.
I can't think of other requirements which require like a sailing thing.
Yeah, now you like have like a reason. You're like, oh yeah, now I want to go do sailing so I can get this gem sack. It's like, okay, I have a reason to go train it a little bit, which is kind of nice.
And cotton's hard to get on an iron. Like, it took me forever. You have to target specific salvage to get the seeds. So that's pretty interesting.
What level is
and
cotton at? I was gonna look here.
it's the final one because it's for your final sales. Now the gem tote's level 81 crafting, so it's a steep requirement. Your average Iron Man isn't going to have that until they're going for Zenites or Fury or whatever. So,
Do you need a sailing level to plant cotton or just a farming level? I'm trying to find it.
You need sailing to get the seed.
What is it under?
So
not allotments, not
hops. I think they're all hops.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it just says 71 farming. So I don't think you need a sailing, but you do need sailing to get it on an Iron Man.
Yeah, the problem is the seeds. They're like super valuable resource because you need 20 something cotton for the sails, and you got multiple boats. And I just remember on launch day, like salivating over a cottonseed drop because I'm like, oh my god, this unlocks so much content. I can finally do this and do that. And I was very careful to use any cotton because it's such a pain in the ass.
To go get
any more.
Well, I went and I got the gem bag this week, so on the group iron. So I'm gonna have to find a way to get some cotton because I've been really looking forward to this. I haven't been doing the crab or anything because of this coming out. Because of this new gem sack or whatever. Yeah, gem sack.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So the final gem sack requires the third tier gem tote, the existing gem bag from Motherlode Mine, and an immaculate moleskin to make a sack that holds 60 of everything. So basically the gem bag is staying the same storage, however it adds the gems it doesn't include currently. So the immaculate moleskin, let's see here. Obviously it's going to come from mole. We're proposing a 1 in 50 drop from giant mole, with the ability to hand dupes into Wyson for 5 bird nest rolls. So
yep, it's the same as the new herb sack that came out from Sarachnis.
Yeah,
I think it's 1 in 50
cool.
from Sarachnis. So.
And then they're also proposing a private instance of mole for 25k GP because obviously everyone's going to be going for this, and that's what they did for Sarachnis. So overall, I am in big support of this. However, I would nitpick and say get rid of the separate pouch altogether and just make these upgrades on the gem bag. I can't imagine the idea of telling a new player that they have to have 2 separate pouches all the way until 81 crafting is bizarre to me. I think it just outlines how silly it is that these aren't included. So maybe give the first one away for free. I mean, maybe not. I don't know, but that's what I would like to see.
I mean, the first one is basically free.
Yeah.
I mean, you just need
But they're still not combined until the final level.
Yeah.
So,
well, if you hate multiple pouches, you're gonna love rune crafting. Bad news for you there. You gotta run with 4 pouches before you can get the needle and then combine them all. I think I like it. I think I like the, you gotta suffer a little bit. It's only 2 inventory spaces, and you don't need to bring them.
Yeah.
You don't have to do
it. I mean, the real thing is that you just won't bring the normal gem pouch, because the only time I use that is when I was like doing a crazy long Slayer trip and early level, and you want to save stuff for I mean, it's a little crafting XP. You don't need uncut gems. For the most part, you're gonna blow glass, and they're worth so little. They're 200 or 300 GP each, But it's nice I like to be able to spam click, not worry about my inventory. That's just, brain off. But now what I would do is just only take this new pouch. But the only things that drop this are going to be like sailing. So I guess there isn't a world in which you take both, because there isn't a world in which you get the normal gems from Slayer and you're just getting topaz, red topaz. Like, that's very hard to find.
Yeah, I think it depends on what you're doing. This is also going to be really good for gem mining. Like,
yes,
it'll be
crazy,
speed things up there. Yeah, a lot.
Very good. I love gem mining. It's a
Yeah.
great method. All right. We spent a lot of time on that. Up next, we have a rework to Infernal tools. This has been asked for some say generations. So as it currently works, you go to Cerberus and you get a smoldering stone. You use the stone on a dragon tool, so pickaxe, harpoon, or a normal axe. And you get an Infernal tool, which runs out of charges at some point. The only way to recharge it currently is to use another dragon tool on this inactive, whatever, Infernal tool. And sometimes it's easier to get a smoldering stone than it is to get a dragon tool. For instance, the dragon harpoon. You can get it on a pet roll from Timberos, so crazy rare. Or you can kill
I've got
worms.
plenty of those.
Yeah, Poplo's got a handful. Or you can kill worms for also annoyingly rare, but less so, drop. And it is so much easier on your Cerb grind to just have multiple smoldering stones. People also like to pet hunt, so it's an excuse to go do Cerberus if they know that they need to upgrade their tools. And they're basically just allowing, instead of a one-way street where only dragon tools can recharge, it's going to be a two-way street where smoldering or dragon, whatever you got more of. I think this is great. What do you think, Poplo?
Wait, what do you mean? That's how it is now. You can use either now.
I thought that's what they were reworking, because you can't currently recharge with a smoldering stone.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah. And everybody complains because it seems so obvious. Like, why can't I use the stone? So.
Oh, you can do
for
it
the dragon
when
axe.
you can't do it until
the
thing is out of charges. You can't recharge it until it actually has run out of charges. But now you can, is what it's saying.
Oh, but currently, obviously, I haven't used these tools as an
Yeah, you can do them right now with the dragon harpoon or a smoldering stone still, but you have to do it when it completely runs out of charges. So if you're down at like 1% and you want to recharge it, you'd have to go and you'd have to use that whole 1% all the way until it goes down to get uncharged. And then you'd have to use your new, like it'll still stay Infernal Axe or whatever, but it'll just be uncharged. And then you have to use your new dragon axe or your new smoldering stone on it to turn it back to the Infernal version.
Okay. Sorry for the misinformation. That's why we have Poplo here. Keep me in line.
That's good.
So this is good. Less of a buff, but still a big buff.
Yeah, I've gone through a lot of Infernal harpoons at Temperos, so I've used many 100% charges there.
Yeah. I got lucky at Cerb and actually didn't get a smoldering stone by the time I got all three of the other ones. So
that's actually not bad. Would you go back? Or is it not worth it?
I mean, post-max? Nah.
Okay.
I can't. But, you know, I'm a big bingo enjoyer, so I might have to do Cerb for bingo. I might get one or two, and then now I can pop them on and, you know, go.
That's the collection
passively
log.
Get something. And then I also... I green logged Temperos, so I don't need Infernal to go there.
Nice.
I also have 2 crystal tool seeds, and that's a flex because those are fucking rare.
Those are yeah, that's crazy.
So I have the crystal 2-handed felling axe. That's
beast.
That's a cool item.
That is really cool. That's one of my favorite ones to see just out in the wild.
Yeah. And then the other one, what did I use it on? Am I setting on it? Yeah, it's the pickaxe for Cox. That was actually my first use. So, okay.
Makes sense. Crystal pick is good.
Also, I want them to let us recolor the damn tools. Like, you can recolor BOFA. And they teased it. Dude, they teased it in like 2019 or 18. I guess Prif came out in 2019, so it was probably around there. But they teased us with the idea and then just never did it. So maybe make some hard skilling content where you can, recolor. Imagine, doing your CM with a black crystal pickaxe would be cool, or red or pink for the gamers.
That would be sweet. They could match your
Yeah.
crystal crown and the other crystal armor and stuff that you recolor.
Yeah, be cool. All right. So moving forward, we have some content Poplo was begging for. He said, "Please help the Runite golems, please."
Please. I've been asking for this since day one.
Yeah. They're going to allow additional roles on Runite golems for the expert mining gloves to work on them, meaning you get a chance to receive up to 4 Runite ore per successful skilling roll, and that will scale with the Wilderness Diary. So 4 Runite ore per golem would be the Elite Wilderness Diary. So the Runite golem is in the Wilderness Resource area. Is there another one? Or is that it?
I think that's it.
Runite golem.
Because that's why you need the Wilderness Diary for them. I'm pretty sure they're just there in Deep Wildy, and nobody does this. I mean, there's one.
Yeah.
There's
2 spawns.
Achievement diary. No, there's an achievement diary task, I think, to make something from the rune golem. But sometimes you'll kill them, and like you can't even mine them fast enough. They'll despawn before you can even mine them. If you like, you spend all that time just trying to kill it, and then you just sit there mining for forever, and you don't get anything from it. And then the rock like turns back into a golem, and you have to kill it again before you can even. And you have to get the ore from there for the diary. I'm pretty sure it's an adamant, I don't know, plate body or scimitar or something that you have to make there.
Yeah.
So it's super annoying.
Okay, so yeah, there's 2 spawns. Both are in the Wilderness Resource area. And then as Poplo was saying, when one is killed, its head becomes a Runite rock. Can be mined by anyone with 85 mining, but only for 1 minute before despawning.
Yeah.
So if you just continually roll unsuccessful, it just goes away.
Which is easy to do in Rune for just a minute. I mean, you can sit there for 5 minutes and not freaking get anything. And you have to make a Rune Scimitar for the achievement diary.
Oh, man.
From scratch, so.
I remember that, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, and they have 120 HP, so not too hard to kill.
Well, and you're not going out there with anything. You're killing them probably with the pickaxe that you brought. Because it's in the wilderness, so.
True. Okay, so I think most people are okay with that change. Currently, the meta is to just fight the bots and world hop. I actually got a bunch of Runite ore for the sailing prep, and I found in Prifdinus, there's a mining underground. There's a mining area, and there's 4 Runite spawns. And because of the requirements to get to Prif, as well as the seemingly it seems like no one really knows that those are down there. They were the best spot for me. So I'd run between 4, world hop, and I had some competition, but it was manageable. So it was faster than killing Runite dragons. I made a whole little spreadsheet. It was like way faster.
Nice.
So if you need rune, that's what you should do. All right. Moving on to Hunter, they're proposing a new net trap, which would replace the current fishing net and rope trap. These are really easy to accidentally lose. If you happen to let them despawn, they kind of disappear off the floor pretty quickly. Or if you world hop and forget, and they're gone. So this would be a new stackable trap. The other problem is currently you need 2 inventory spots for each trapping point. So you need a small fishing net and a rope. So if you're doing 5, hunter locations, whatever, for the net, you need 10 inventory spots open, which doesn't seem like much, but it's just annoying. So I like the idea of having a new stackable trap. What do you think, Poplo?
Yeah, it's great. Good combination. Kind of like what they did with the box traps for Chinchompas. Now you can have 10,000 box traps in your inventory, just in one spot if you want to.
Yeah, and you can just throw these in your hunter sack. So, very nice. All right. They would also like to allow the ability to build pitfall traps with logs from your log basket, which is amazing because currently you have to do this annoying loop where you cut a log, build a trap. While you're waiting, you go like cut another log to preload. So the log has to be in your inventory, and you're running out of inventory because you're getting bones and meat and fur every single time. So you can bring your bone crusher, and then you just have meat and fur. It's just, there's so much inventory management. 28 slots is a lot, but it's also not. So
it's
like
just unnecessary things that are clogging it up.
Yes. And the log basket needs all the help it can get because they've screwed it for so long. I know it's a coding thing. I know it's got to be annoying to code, but it's just such an obvious thing. Like, let us do everything that needs logs with the log basket. Like, please, dear God.
Yeah.
It took forever to get. And it's forestry, which just sucks. So, all right. This next one is
from
one
the
of
bank. Let us be able to fill our log basket
my
from
God.
the bank. That's the number one thing.
Yes, it should be the coal bag. Like, why? You can do it for other things. I don't. I know it's got to be a coding nightmare. But I don't care. Fix it.
Like, hey, that's their job.
Yeah, we're paying you $15 a month now, so fix it.
That's right.
All right, so this is one of my favorite ones. I love to see they're adding a default option for the seed box, allowing you to create a loadout for your farm runs and then use the seed box directly on the allotment. And I got the seed box way back in the day because I'm a clogger and I wanted to make everyone mad. But it's also really good with Slayer when you're doing like a cuirass task or something. Inventory management's big. You can't store much. I think it's only 6 seeds. But they're actually like making it, I think it's now like useful for people to go get. It's always been kind of a meme item. What do you think of this?
I feel like I was tricked into getting the seed box on the group iron because I, like, the guide that I was following when I was doing Tithe Farm and stuff like that said to get it, and I have not once used it. Like, for literally anything. So it's just been sitting in my bank.
You know what it's used for?
What?
Thieving master farmers. That's the only use.
But I've never done that
master
I do
farmers,
my farming contracts.
Yeah, they give you more than 28 seeds. So by having the seed box, you can actually not worry about dropping anything.
Oh, because then you
only
can
have to drop like 2 things.
Okay.
Because you can hold, 34 or whatever.
I see. I only thieved master farmers for like a little bit to get the first seeds that I needed for farming contracts, and then I just got seeds like crazy now. I mean, obviously, like the herb seeds I still need, but I just picked those up. Like, I was doing a Dagonoth task yesterday, and they drop a ton of seeds in the catacombs because you can burst them in the catacombs. And I just picked them up in my inventory. I mean, it wasn't that bad. I kind of feel like, I don't know, the seed box is a scam, in my opinion. But
it's always been kind of a scam. So I like this now. I mean, I think farm runs are really cozy for most people. But if you try to take yourself all the way back to when you were learning about farming, it's overwhelming. I mean, it's just overwhelming. There's different types of allotments, different locations. You need different teleports for each location. There's different seeds. There's seeds you do and don't want to plant. So anything that can kind of help people get into this skill is great. And then once you're comfy, it's like, it's great. You sip your coffee, start out your day with a cozy farm run, and then you do one a few hours later,
Oh, yeah. You got your inventory dialed in and your teleports.
Yes, the bank tab is set up.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's the best.
It's great. Yeah. So I like this. C-Box needs help, so I'm in support. Also, they are making it so your seed vault, whatever contract you're on, you like this, Poplo, they put the seed on the top left of the seed vault for whatever contract you've been asked. So you don't have to scroll or type. I think that's nice little quality of life. All right. Next, we know you guys missed it. For cannonballs, They'd like to add an NPC that can convert noted metal bars into item form, so you don't have to bank. To make this not overpowered, they would charge 100 coins per bar. So basically a files type NPC at the new Ancient Forge on the island, whatever, by the fairy ring for the Cannonball smithing. I thought we talked about this, but I still put it in here. Maybe it's just deja vu, but every week they're trying to make the new Cannonball smithing method good. And honestly, I think this was probably the answer. I think it's a shame it's going to cost more GP, but this is a thing for like, more rich irons. So I think it's not a problem. What do you think about this one?
I think it's stupid.
Why is that?
What? Just make it the same as files. Nobody's doing this method anyways.
Yeah.
Like we said, it's already bad. It's like barely better than just doing it out of the furnace like normal. Just like make it good. You have to get the sailing requirement to get there. And then just let people like enjoy you're talking about this, you want to enjoy your AFK time. You don't want to be spending 100 GP per bar to make cannonballs, dude. Like, gold is a precious resource on the iron. Like, if you just, like, if you're mid-game and you just want to be out just doing your, Slayer tasks, you want to get some cannonballs for burst or for your tutorial skipping or something, I'm not trying to drop a stack of cash on iron or on cannonballs when I got other bills to pay. I got runes to buy. I got other stuff to do, This doesn't change anything. Doesn't make it cheap.
Yeah.
It's only helping
and
like
it'll always
the high end players. I don't know why I just got so heated about that. But like it doesn't fix anything.
Yeah. It'll always be in competition with just buying mithril cannonballs from the shop. That'll always be like what it's evaluated against. And you will never be able to beat that method. So I'm guessing they did some quick math on like the market for cannonballs and didn't want to make a good gold making method, but let them like, maybe it's a botting measure so that it's not worth it. But I don't know.
But I mean, if they're gonna bot cannonballs, they're just gonna bot cannonballs at some other furnace. Like,
right.
Make it something. Like, files is super cheap. I was doing construction there, and it's like, oh, you don't even need any gold for files because he's so cheap to unnote your planks.
Yeah, it's like 18 to 30 gold each or less or something. I think, planks, I'm thinking of the butler cost is a lot too, but nonetheless.
The butler does, but he's right there. You don't even have to stop, I guess. And it's not like you're making money doing that.
At Remington or whatever? Is that what we're talking about?
I'm talking about the one in your house.
The butler?
Yeah, the POH. Yeah. Files is if you're... Remington.
Yeah, I think if you're like broke and early iron, you can you move your house to Remington and walk outside like super slow, walk out there and trade him. That was the old meta, maybe. I don't know. But moving forward, this next one I like, and it's kind of just a sign of the times and where we're headed to like removing friction within the game. So they would like, so when you do Temperos, you can get the tackle box, which stores your outfit as well as your tools. But right now it's really just like a bank extension because it's an inventory extension too, but you need to open it and withdraw things and then close it in order to really get benefits from it. So they would like to allow bait for fishing to be used from the tackle box automatically.
Yeah.
I love this.
That's
great. So for clue steps, fish a sacred eel, whatever, you can just have your tackle box there. You don't have to withdraw multiple things. And you don't have to wiki like what bait does this use. I don't know, that's not really a thing, but you get the idea. And they also want to let you store a hammer and chisel in there for like infernal eels and stuff. What do you think about this one, Poplo, the Temperos goat?
The temporal skill. Yeah, I mean, I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, getting
How
the
many
tackle
tackle
box from
boxes
there.
do you have? Does it
Well, you
stop
can
at
only get
one?
one, and then you
Yeah,
start
then you
getting
just
like
get
sub pages
pages.
afterwards. Yeah. Uh, I mean, yeah, it's good. I think you should. Like, how close are we to just getting like that for every skill, or like a tool pouch or something that you can just combine everything
Yeah,
into? Which
I
I
was
don't
gonna say the
mind.
tool
It's what.
belt.
Yeah, I don't really care. But yeah, adding stuff to the tackle box is always good. And then it makes sense that you can just use your bait and everything from the actual tackle box. That just makes sense to me, which is great. All this quality of life, like I said, just improve the game. So
If they were polling right now a tool belt where all you have to do is click on a tree or click on a spot, as long as it's in this tool belt, you're good. What would you vote?
that's a good question. I think I would
It's
still
hard.
vote no, because I think that stuff like this, like you like improve this stuff first, like make the tackle box a little bit, like
Yeah,
make
true.
that stuff better so that you still need something in your inventory, but it could hold more stuff. Like, I don't know, maybe the log basket, if they actually made it good and it could hold your axes and like store your logs and stuff like that, you just throw it on your back and you're good to go, like chop stuff. That would be cool to me.
Yeah. I
I think you should have to bring something with you. That just seems like some of the nature of the game. What would you vote?
I would vote no because it just seems antithetical to like old school, but it's tough.
Yeah.
But I do think like one of the beauties of this game is inventory management and the bank tab management and like just customizing your loadout. It feels like Call of Duty, like you're picking what you want in each slot
Scavenger
for
Pro.
maximum. Yeah, like there's certain upgrades I will do just to save one inventory spot because that's 1/28th more efficient, So it's like UIM in a way for normies. But yeah, I would vote no, but part of me acknowledges that it's kind of like it would. I don't know. There's a reality that exists where they could do it right, but I don't really want to see it. So I don't know. But
I don't think we're there yet,
right.
but little
Yeah,
improvements like this definitely just
next
help
decade,
in
I think
general.
we'll be there.
Yeah, maybe.
As scary as it is, we'll see. I do want to keep some of the friction in for old school, which sounds awful to say out loud, but just, I don't know. When you do too much of the too much stuff, it is easy escape and it takes some of the magic out. And some of the funny parts. How many times have you gotten all the way to a node and you tell your friends on Discord, I forgot my harpoon, or
Oh,
just
forgot my
anything.
dragon arrows.
Yeah. And they all just laugh at you because they know they've done that like this week or something. I'm not saying it's good gameplay, but it is something. So, up next, we have Trouver changes. Do you say Trouver or Trover? Which
I say
kind of guy are you,
Trouver,
Poplo?
but
Okay.
I don't know.
I feel like I hear Trover more, but I'm going to say Trouver. So we have Trouver changes. So if you're wondering what in the world these are because you don't PK, currently you can lose untradable items on a PvP death in the wilderness. I believe it changes based on level, based on the 20 line and the 30 line in the wilderness.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
And what you can do, so if you go out previously with full graceful and you get killed deep wildy, your graceful is gone, bruv, and you are in shambles. So we've all seen a friend like start to go do that. Don't do it. Anyways, what you can do right now is previously you can buy what's called a Trouver parchment. You can use it on your Infernal cape, which is an untradable. And then when you die with the Infernal cape, the PKer gets your 500k that you paid to insure it, and then you can pay to re-Trouver the Infernal cape. So every time you die, it's another 500k gone. But you get to keep it. You don't have to go to Inferno again. It's a very popular thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're proposing is to get rid of Trouver parchments and basically introduce these tiers, which serve kind of the same purpose, but they eliminate the risk of you losing your Infernal Cape because you forgot to reinsure it. So there will be the first level, which are untradables that aren't combat related at all, like the Graceful set. They should never be lost on death. So I believe currently you can, I think this is going to be pulled, but you could go do a full clue scroll with your Graceful set, and if someone kills you for your spade, no big deal. You move on with life and you keep your set. And then there's a second tier, which is lower level items that are combat related. So I'm talking about basic defenders like up to Rune, your Ava's Assembler, and Major Arena 2 capes, which I thought was a little bit out of place. But these would need to be repaired from Purdue. So you wouldn't pay 500k, but you also wouldn't lose them.
Okay.
So it would be, like Barrow's equipment is what I'm thinking. So it might cost you, 180k to repair a few things. And then you get to your final tier, which are basically unchanged, but it's a better quality of life. You have things that are very much combat related. They're very powerful. So we're talking about the Void set, Infernal Cape, Ancient Scepter. All of those will cost 500k to fix every time you die with them in the wilderness. So you don't have to, you have to buy a Trouver once. So I do want to back up. It would be a permanent thing that is now Trouvered forever, and you have to pay 500k each time you die with it. So I think I explained that right. What do you think, Poplo?
I think you nailed it. Currently, I mean, it's super confusing just right now of what things you have to Trouver and what things break, what things you have to what things just lose their parchment, what things you actually lose on death. Like when I just remember this most specifically from when I was doing the Calvarion grind for the Vedion pet. Is I had like 3 different things that were locked, and I still do. I had like Infernal Cape locked, I had Fighter Torso locked, I had Ivernic Defender locked, and that's all below the 30 Wilderness line. So if I ever died with them, then it would just take the Trouver parchments and leave me with those items left. But when I was trying to figure out how it all worked, it was so annoying to try to find out, okay, I get to keep this, but unless I'm this far in the wilderness, then I'm going to lose it. This one, it's just going to break if it's Trouvered. Like, it was just so annoying to actually figure it out. It's like, I was reading it on these Reddit threads. I'm like, are these guys actually correct? Because the wiki wasn't really, help. So I think this is going to be way more simple. I think this is awesome. The only thing that I don't really understand is kind of like what you're saying with the Major Arena 2 cape is like where they draw the line on items. And so it might just be like, okay, you just got to check this table now when you go in the wilderness, which tier your item sits in, and then you'll be good to go once you use a Trouver on it once. And it still gives people an incentive to PK.
Cape, so. MA2 cape is called the Imbued God Cape, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. In the second tier for some reason. It's weird to me.
I don't know. I think once you unlock those, you can buy them back from Purdue, I'm pretty sure. So I don't even know if you have to.
I think you have to go. I thought you had to go kill. Back in the day, you had to go kill the boss again, but you only had to kill the boss you wanted. Because you'd have to take your sigil out there and do the hot and cold step and shit.
And then you can once you finish it, you can buy the other ones from Purdue. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Once you do one of them, or once you finish a cape.
Yeah, so the arbitrary restriction's weird, but
see, even now I don't know how they all work. So I think this is just going to be way more simple. way nicer.
Yeah.
Just to, okay, yeah, this item is in this tier, so I need to Trouver it. Then I don't need to ever worry about it because I'm never going to lose it. That's just the worst feeling in the entire world, to lose one of your untradables in PvP because you don't know how it works or something.
Gutting.
Yeah.
I
What do you think
lost
about
a defender at some point for something, but that's a good one to go back for. If you have to lose one, definitely pick that. I think this is good. I never really understood the Trouvers. I just knew they did something with untradables and were expensive, and so I like it. I think any way you can reduce friction in the wilderness, and really this is a straight up buff for us normies for like clue scrolls. I love the idea of just being able to keep graceful on. Well, I don't wear graceful for clues. I wear the diary outfit, but I don't know. It at least invites a possibility.
Do those give combat bonuses?
You can buy them for like a few thousand gold from Produce. I think. I don't know what they'll do with those.
Yeah, I don't know. Would those break, or
the real reason is no. I think those would just be gone. You give them the GP because they're so free.
I guess that's true.
But my current clue outfit is like graceful top, the diary legs 4, and then you have like your blowpipe, and it's faster to just deposit inventory because you can't lose that blowpipe and 16,000 amethyst starts. Therefore, it's not worth the time to click and like get your graceful out for a wilderness step, especially with the new agility changes. But maybe for our newer accounts, like, you know, I've got this Snowflake now with full graceful and like no other stats. I can go run out in the wilderness with a spade and just, you know, soak up the extra run regen and whatever, and just look cooler.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we have a kind of hot topic. This one's kind of big. It's an unpulled change. So Jagex is doing what they want for the sake of the game's health. Last man standing. Due to the botting situation, they're going to remove all of the following items from the LMS point shop and move them to the bounty hunter shop. And the bounty hunter shop, if you've been under a rock for years, is the new Damon's Crater activity, not the old like wilderness line. Here's your whatever, go find them out in the world.
The volcano or the crater.
Yeah. And you can get some really cool cosmetics there. I wish it was a bit more iron friendly, but it's another talk. So they're removing the following items from the LMS shop: the Ordnate Maul Handle, Saradomin's Tier, the Swift Blade, that's a big one.
That is big.
Granite Clamp, Staff Upgrade Kits, Darkbow Paints, Whip Mixes, and the Guthixian Icon. The Swift Blade is an item from LMS that it used to be best in slot at Tob for Nilo Room. However, the new Maka Heat Tools are better with the Blood Moon set. Is that correct? Does everyone just bring that?
Everyone just brings it in general. I think those are better even with full Torva than a Swift Blade or Ham Joint.
Okay, so that is good.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, it used to be a nice flex of like, I'm an iron, I'm going to sit at Tob for a scythe, and then they go get a Swift Blade, which is a lot of points from LMS. And the Swift Blade is a 3-tick item that uses, is it slash or stab? I don't know. But stab is slightly better than the Ham Joint. Just a little bit. So it was, a flex to, micro optimize and go get this cool looking item. Very niche. So not a big deal. They're moving that. And then 2 more things. They're moving the Dragon Pickaxe upgrade kit to Volcanic Mine. I think this is a great idea. Volcanic Mine needs some love. It's a cool activity. And it's a cosmetic, so who cares? And then they're going to remove everything else from the shop that are kind of the easy to get GP items. So we're talking about adamant arrows, crystal weapon seeds, all the teleport scrolls and etc. Poplo, what do you think about all this?
A big change. My question is, what are they going to do with the collection log? Because
They said they're just gonna take them out.
There's no bounty hunter collection log. So
yeah,
the worst case would be if they added the bounty hunter collection log, in my opinion, and then added these
terrible.
To it. But so the nice thing about it is, I don't know if they said this in this blog or if we'll get to it in the next one, but they also increase the points from LMS because they're trying to nuke all the bots there. And so they increased points from LMS, but now I haven't been there in forever, so I don't know what you still like go for there. What are like the resources and what's the incentive to go do it now at LMS? Does it still have good, like, will it still have good resources or still good supplies? I guess I don't know what the LMS shop has.
So they are going to remove the collection log entries for good. So it's 15 entries just gone.
Okay. Dang, that's crazy.
From what I read, it is
Rip
crazy because I have like 6 of them. Yeah. I don't love that, but it is what it is. And then they were talking about adding the scrolls of imbuing and blighted surge sacks to the LMS point shop. So
okay, so I'm looking at it now. They've got some blighted stuff on there already. They've got blighted vengeance sacks, stuff like that. Trouver parchment is on there. You can get looting bag, rune pouch. So I guess there's still some stuff. It's a rune pouch option for people who are good at PKing. But I don't know. There's not a lot left there.
Yeah.
The Godsword specs.
Yeah, that's true. I got that one. And those are
the arrows. I think the rune arrows was like the big thing that you would do like on the Iron Man to get rune arrows early. Yeah, it's a big hit. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think about it? Where does it sit with you?
I liked the collection logs that they're removing. I liked being bored and lost in the game, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go get a log tonight. And I spend a couple hours. I come out with a collection log. So that sucks, but that was always finite, and that's not the way that most people are interacting with LMS. I think the LMS botting problem was so bad, but it was also so isolated. So the only time you really heard people ranting about it was when they're talking about getting a rune pouch and telling a new iron to go get it at LMS, it's so much faster. And then the new guy's like, I went to LMS, it was terrible. I was against Terminator bots that one-shot me.
It's only faster if you know what you're doing and get in the right lobbies.
Yes. But they released the way to get that from MTA, so that helps. I don't know. I think this is heavy-handed, but that's the point. They're leaving in the capes, so that
the victor's capes and stuff. I think it's funny how they say that bounty hunter is harder to bot, but like when it first came out, I mean, it wasn't necessarily botting, but there's like clans just going crazy selling services there before they like made that illegal. I think they underestimate what the bots are capable of doing.
Yeah.
So
definitely. And bounty hunter is like just not interacted with by irons because like you have to bring in your own resources and lose them and gain nothing. So I know a lot of you guys listening aren't really Ironmans or Iron Pilled. That's fine, but this LMS was cool because it is an isolated environment. You don't lose any of your own stuff. You go in naked, you come out naked. It is what it is. So it kind of sucks for us, but I know they had to do something I guess this is just the brute force approach. Well,
Yeah, I guess we'll see
I'll
how it
show
shakes
you what
out
to do
in the next couple weeks or so.
Yeah. It's like, well, how to delete the bots? Well, delete anything the bots would ever want to go for. Well, sure.
Delete the incentive, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Poplo, you want to take it from here?
Yeah, well, that wraps us up for our first blog. We're going to zip through the second one since we missed the news last week. So that was our Gathering QOL and Trouver changes. But this week, they released more of the Getting Around changes. So, starting off with those changes, dude, every time I open a blog post and it says Quetzel whistled, am I just having deja vu, or has this been like 6 updates in a row that they've been updating the Quetzel whistle? Like every single time, I'm like, didn't they just do that? Didn't they just do that last week? Like, what is going on with this thing? How has it been that difficult to? I'm just getting annoyed with seeing this freaking thing.
That and the Cannonball Forge. I feel like we're just talking about every week.
Yeah, the Cannonballs. Yeah, you mentioned that too. Like, dude, what is going on? This is just. Anyways, Quetzel whistle now becoming infinite. So previously in the last blog, they said that you had to give like 10,000 teleport charges worth of hunter's meat to it to make it imbued and get infinite charges. Well, now they're updating that so that it will remember how many charges you have, and you can almost like imbue it kind of like you can with an arc light. So the charges that you've done on it will like start contributing toward the infinite unlock. So you don't need to give 10,000 all at one time, but the ones that you are using, just as you're doing hunter rumors and stuff, they will count towards the total for your infinite Quetzel whistle.
Yeah, and the charges range from like 1 to 3. So the Quetzel feed is 1, which is annoying because it's like the most valuable. And then the highest tier is raw, dashing kebbit, sunlight antelope, and moonlight antelope meat. Those give 3 charges each. The most cost efficient one is the sunlight antelope meat. So if you're a main trying to burn some money and imbue this thing, it's imbued when it's like unlimited charges, then go get the sunlight antelope meat, apparently.
Yeah. Does it have to be raw meat, or can you do cooked meat on it? Do we know?
It says raw, but
so
I
it has
don't
to
know.
Be raw. Okay.
That would be hilarious if you...
You got 10,000 on the iron and you just wanted some cooking XP, and then...
Yeah. There's a cost here. So the most efficient method, I actually lied, is the raw Kayat or Pyrofox. The Pyrofox... Oh wait, nope, I lied again. The raw Larupia. I don't know if there's enough of this in the game.
Oh my goodness. Nobody's hunting those.
Yeah, it costs 4.3 mil to imbue it. Pretty cheap, honestly.
That's not bad.
And the most expensive way would be the Quetzel feed, because this is used for the bird sites for teleporting, so everyone's buying them. They're slow to get. It would cost 45 mil.
Oh, dang.
So,
well, make sure you don't do that if you're a main.
Yeah, buy some of the lower tier meat. Oh, wait. Did I just keep lying? Hold on. It's the raw grok.
Oh my gosh, the misinformation.
It's 3.1 mil to imbue it.
Oh, that's the cheapest?
Yeah. Because it's 2 charges. Okay. Cool. I found the sort option.
You done lying?
The Wiki's got...
Okay.
I'm done lying.
Okay. So go buy some grok. Yep. For irons, how long does that take to get 10,000?
Insane. You'd have to be going
crazy.
For the pet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You just never ever have this many. And then you want the higher tier meat for like the kebbit and the antelope are used for like Vardorvis and other high tier content because they're really good food.
Oh yeah, the food is really good, and then you want some stuff for like moth mixes if you don't have prayer potions, right?
Oh yeah, I've never done
like
those.
The moonlight mods. We use those a bunch on the group iron. I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but
yeah, no, those
had
are
a bunch
great
on the group iron that we used. So, that's the first update from this blog. Next from getting around changes is the River Doyne canoe stations. So just like they have them on the River Lum, they added a bunch of spots, 5 spots on the River Doyne. So the first one is kind of up by the Grand Tree, way up north there. So you can, I guess, take that before you have your Royal Seed Pod or Spirit Tree up there. That's kind of nice. The second one is just a little bit south, kind of up by where you do that sheep quest, where you got to paint the sheep herder, I think, is that the name of that quest?
Oh, classic.
Yeah, just north of Arnon there. Then there's one just right by the clock tower, just south of Ardone. And then these two are like very close to each other, but they're on opposite sides of the river, it looks like. So there's one right outside from the Tree Gnome Village, like right next to the fruit tree patch there. There's one right on the river there, which I think is pretty cool because maybe you could use that for part of your farming run now.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then the other one is just north of Castle Wars, like right across the bridge towards right by the observatory there. So that's kind of nice. There's no bridges in between those, even though they're kind of close. They do take you to opposite sides of the river. So that's kind of nice. Hoyt, have you ever used canoe transport except for the one time when you had to do an achievement diary?
Wilderness is great. But I got the Hunter Cape, and you get like 3 free teleports to the Black Chin area a day.
Okay, yep.
And then I use it like in leagues and stuff, but yeah, not really, no.
Okay.
I feel like there's a clue step or something I would do, but I think it's just wilderness clue steps for the Black Chin area. So I would bank all my stuff, grab an axe, go run from Lumbridge, and then canoe up there. But once you have the Hunter Cape, you don't do that. So I guess not.
Okay. The nice thing that comes with this is that you can store your axe at any of those canoe stations, and then you don't have to like pull it out when you're chopping the canoe. So there's you can right click on the person there and you can store an axe there, and then it shares it between all the different canoe sites. So you only need one axe, and then you don't have to bring it with you. It'll just automatically use it from the storage there when you're chopping a canoe. So it's kind of the same thing that we were talking about earlier with like the pouches, or the what was it called? The tackle box, where it's just like, oh, this is nice. You don't have to withdraw it to actually do that, and then forget about it, teleport away. Crap, I forgot to redeposit my axe in the storage, just like every TOA that I've ever done when you start Akka with your pickaxe. So yeah, a little bit of quality of life there. Maybe it'll have some uses for some stuff. It is a long run to when you get over there and you don't have the levels to like teleport to Grand Tree and all that stuff. It is a long run from every time going from Ardone to wherever you need to go. So should help out a little bit.
I did get a plugin for TOA. It's like TOA quality of life, and it won't let you click on the door until you bank your pickaxe for Akka.
Wait, that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely look into that. It's
next step is
like disables the option or whatever for you locally.
That's great. I'm gonna have to get that. Next step is just being able to use your pickaxe from the wall, from the deposit thing, and just use it on the pillar. Yeah, that's the way we're heading.
Tool belt.
The tool belt. Then you gotta wear it the whole time you're going through the raid, and you're clanking around. Yeah,
clankers.
Up next we got faster agility shortcuts. So I haven't tried any of these yet. Maybe I'll try some of them out today just to see how much faster they are. But the agility shortcuts can feel really long, or you have to do multiple clicks. I noticed that they didn't change the agility shortcut in Wintertodt because that one is still painfully slow at the back of the room there.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one that I've been interacting with when you got to start and light all the braziers to start it. But a couple things across all the shortcuts. Stepping stones now just need one single click instead of a click for each stone. Animations have been shortened where they previously felt too long, so you won't be shuffling around before you go and make your jump and stuff. And then unnecessary delays have been removed, so your character won't be left standing around before crossing. So that's pretty nice. They made changes to a couple shortcuts, the Draenor to Port Sarim tunnel. So that's the one that's right by the spirit tree outside of Draenor. And it's actually only like one tick faster to take the shortcut previously than it was just to run around the wall, just because of how long it took. So they actually made that one a little quicker. The Falador crumbled wall, they updated that one. So that one should feel a lot nicer. Should be nice and speedy when you're going over to Taverley Dungeon from Falador. Let's see. They changed the ones for the rocks northwest of Corsair Cove. I don't think I've ever used that one.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has.
Okay, well, for the one person who did do it, now it's been updated. He could do it faster now. Calphite Queen entrance, so that's kind of nice because that's the one that when you go all the way through the tunnel, it takes you all the way through the tunnel to KQ. So that's a nice one. Couple more Falador fence jump. I don't even know. Is that one on? Where is that?
I guess by the farming patch, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe that's
Maybe not.
like the style or
Or is
something.
it the crafting guild jump?
Something like that.
No.
The Dwarven Mine Crevice and the Alchemical Hydra shortcut. So those have all been updated. Hopefully they will continue to work on some of the other ones too, or just make this the same for every agility shortcut in the game. Just speed everything up. I did notice a couple weeks ago they changed the one for Bergderot going to the Salve mine. And that one's nice. That one is nice now. Yes.
You don't take 400 steps back and then wait to catch your breath.
Yeah, I know. It is so dumb before. You had to line yourself up freaking like perfectly, and then you had to run and you had to jump, and then you land, and then you just stand there for an hour before you get to actually start running again.
If your agility shortcuts require tile markers to speed it up, you know you've done something wrong.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
The Fremenic one in the Slayer Cave is so bad too.
Like, yeah, that one's bad too.
Turiel skipping to go get to like Turoths, and you would like, there's a specific tile I always marked because it would shorten it by like a few ticks, but yeah, that's bad.
Otherwise, you got to walk over there, or if you're out of range, you'll just stand and look at it.
Yeah.
Just stop and stare at the, oh, I'm not close enough to go to the actual spot that I'm supposed to go, so I guess I'll just stand here. Anyway, so that's always a welcome change. Be nice to... They'll probably do a couple more of those if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Okay, Fairy Ring favorites. So now you can configure a couple Fairy Ring locations that you want as a favorites, and it works kind of similar to somehow of the other teleports work, where you right-click it, there's a favorite option, and then it'll pop out like a little sidebar that you can click to go to whatever you have set as a favorite there. So that is very nice. They added a last destination option to spirit trees, except for the one in the POH. That's combined with the fairy ring, which I don't know why this one doesn't work. It says that it shares menu. They share menu space with the fairy rings, and so they don't have room for the last destination option. But it's like that's the one that everyone interacts with. Like everybody in the game that has a spirit tree in their house is doing that one. So I don't know. It'll be nice for the one at the Grand Exchange for when you're using it a couple times to get the Grand Tree in the mid game. But hopefully they can figure out how to do that. What do you think of these?
What I did in my house is I just have a separate. I don't even do the fairy ring spirit tree. Actually, I think I have to fix this now, but I have two patches. I have a fairy ring by itself, and then I have the fairy ring spirit tree together.
Oh.
So I'll pick which one to use. But I think now I might just want a spirit tree if they update that submenu. So I'd have to see if that's more efficient. But basically, I had the fairy ring by itself so that I could have the right click options.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe I'll do that. But
yeah,
we'll see.
I've got one of each in mine on the group iron, just because I don't have the level for the combined one. But I mean, it works fine. It's not the end of the world to have one of each.
Yeah. And the combined one was kind of a relic of the past from previously. Your POH had different load times based on how many like chunks it would load. So a lot of the gamers would do a 3x3 house, and you really want to maximize the space you're using so that your load time saved a tick. And they've since fixed that like last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's even like less of a use for them to be combined, but I had a 3x3 house for like years, and I now have a 4x4 just so that I could fit in a few more things, and it didn't change anything. Like I wanted a trophy room from leagues and stuff. So
yeah, definitely place to put that dragon cup.
And a lot of people, while we're on the topic, a lot of people didn't catch this when it happened, but all of your stuffed heads from Slayer, as well as the big fish, you can now store multiple of them in one slot in the house. So if you have a bunch of bank spots for the big fish and the cockatrice head and stuff, you can put all those in your house without having to build multiple rooms or anything. So go do that. Yeah, they fixed that.
I gotta put all my big harpoon fish in my house now.
Yes, I think only one of each. Sorry. You could do multiple rooms, I guess. You could just have that'd be hilarious. You should have like 18 rooms, and they're all just for more harpoon fish. They're all just
big harpoon fishes. Oh my gosh, that would be so funny. I have 11 of them, so I could definitely do some decoration. Okay, next up, an update that I think everybody learned something that exists in the game that nobody knew is the Lunar Return Orb in Relica. Now, I don't know, has some extra option on it. The main thing from here is that there's a Lunar Return Orb in Relica that I did not even know about. Or no, sorry, it's in Lunar Isle, but it will teleport you to Relica.
In the bank, like right when you walk in to the right.
Yeah. Did not know that. Anyways, there's a ponder option, which I think is hilarious. You go.
What the hell?
Ponder
what does it do?
I don't know. You gotta go find out.
I didn't know that till they added the teleport. They added something a few months ago, and I remember asking you and Heartless about it. I was like, what the hell is this thing? I think Heartless knew. He's like, oh, yes.
I don't know. The ponder option just lets it so that it'll let you can change it to left click, teleport you to Relica. So if you ponder it, then you can just swap it to left click.
Nice. Okay.
All right. Now another fun sailing update. Here we go again. Boat combat tweaks. So maybe they actually got it right on this one, but they changed boat combats again, and they changed some of the accuracy for the cannonballs and some of the strengths for them as well. And they also increased your strength for when you're actually manning your own cannon. You'll now hit harder than if you have someone else doing it on the on your boat. Let's see, Hoyt, you might have to help me out a little bit with this one. But they also decreased a lot of the sea creatures' HP and some of their defenses too. So it should be a little bit more balanced. It should feel a little bit better now. They have a little video of someone shooting the cannon, and the dragon cannonball hits like 110 or something as you watch the video, which is kind of crazy. I feel like that's very nice. And then it also takes into account your your character's range accuracy and range strength too. So you would actually want to like wear your full Missouri or full range strength when you're out killing things on the sea. Yeah, Hoyt, what do you think about this one?
So
they fix it?
Two podcasts ago, we were talking about all the changes, and we were a bit early to the news on that one. and the player sentiment hadn't really come out yet. So after that episode, turns out everybody, and by everyone I mean Reddit, was pissed.
Yeah.
Because it still felt like shit.
It was not good.
Apparently not apparently, this is a response to that, and they're just trying to turn other knobs to help out sailing combat as much as they can. So yeah, I don't know if this has fixed it. I certainly think it hasn't hurt, but I've yet to really like do bounties myself. I got like all the collection logs I wanted, so I think I still need to kill. I need to kill the new things like Inky Paint and stuff like that. But
oh yeah, that'd be a good 1,000.
That would be, yeah. They made it easier to get now, but so yeah, I don't know. I don't have much of an answer. It's nice to see that they're still trying to tweak things. If I had to guess, this still wouldn't really fix it. I think the sad reality is they need to do a bit more extreme measures and quit being so light-handed on this one. Treat it like LMS, dude. Just start taking shit out and being heavy-handed and saying, like, just, quit, quit tiptoeing around the issue. The sailing combat sucks and people don't like it. Go fix it. So, I don't know. I'm being a douche because I know it's not that easy, but I don't know if this will really fix it, but it's good to see. That's my
it's a good start. It's putting power back where it needs to be. They also, I think also a good thing is increasing like the strength that you get from your armor and your prayer bonus too. Like the prayers that you're using, so you can pray offensive too. You can pray Eagle Eye or Rigor or whatever, and get offensive bonuses when you're manning the cannon as well. I think that they've done this a couple times where they seem to really want to incentivize the player to actually be doing the action. It's the same thing with salvaging, where like your crewmates will get less XP than you would when they're cleaning and stuff like that. So I think they're just trying to make it so that you are actually interacting more with what's going on in order to get the full benefit, which I don't really mind, but it just has to be balanced well.
Yeah, I think whenever you're just attacking something on the boat, like with Tebow Missouri, instead of using the cannon, I think that's a net loss for everyone. So, I mean, I feel, and I know you can put your crewmate on the cannon, it still feels like sailing, but to me, in a perfect world, I feel like the player should be using the cannon and a crewmate should be using the other cannon, and that's just your best in slot. But I acknowledge that that's probably not that fun, so I don't know. They've backed themselves in a corner with this, but the idea of just, it feels like Slayer with extra steps to just stand on the boat with two crewmates shooting while you Tebow down everything, or I'm sorry, shadow down everything in full mage gear, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think as long as using the cannon is like actually better, that just feels more sailing-esque. I guess you actually manning the cannon. I think it might actually feel better because you don't have to use your charges. Your cannonballs that you worked hard to get and are using are actually hitting hard, actually hitting good numbers. So like you would want to wear your max gear and do your have your prayers on and stuff like that because you want to maximize your return on investment on your cannonballs too. So I think overall it will feel a little bit better, but just balancing, I don't know exactly how it's sitting right now. So
I also think in a perfect world, like you have this balancing act of, I would rather take a little longer and use my my shadow rather than use my cannonballs. Like, I know cannonballs are worthless right now, so that wouldn't be a thing, but it would be cool for the normal combat to be a little slower than the cannonballs, but it's like a risk reward. The rich players will just shoot the cannon, and then the poor players will stand there with their bofa and take a little longer. So it incentivizes collecting the cannonballs naturally. I don't know. It's kind of a shit idea, but just throwing stuff out there. I wish them luck in finding a balancing point, because Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, and I think you could still do that. Like they didn't change anything
Yeah.
away from that, so I think you could still do that. You might still be able to have that option. They also added 25% XP to bounty tasks, so that'll feel a little bit better too.
Yeah, thank God. They gimped the bounty tasks like upon arrival because they didn't want people to just use those for everything. It's like, why not? Just let them. They're sailing the seas and killing things. Let them have fun.
Right.
Know?
People like to.
They don't have to be better than Barracuda, but they could at least be half the XP, not 1/6.
So. That is true. It's just like they really dialed up the like
stupid trials.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is they really they're like, oh, you're getting actual resources from killing things, so the trade-off is you get no XP. Like they really made it really heavy-handed.
Yeah, the deep sea fishing.
Yeah, fishing.
Such good content. No one will ever do because unless you're an iron collection logging, all 5 of us, you know.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else on sailing?
Nope.
Okay. Real quick, here's the second part of the Last Man Standing tweaks, but these are just kind of QOL tweaks, so they didn't change any of the rewards this week. But they just added a couple things and took away a couple things from some of the loadouts. So that'll feel a little bit better. They also increased the points that you get now for winning. If you since they wiped out a bunch of bots there, it's like more difficult to get a win now because there's more players there. But now when you do get a win, you get an extra point for first. Actually, you get an extra point for all the ranks that you finish, and you get an extra point depending on how many kills you get. So if you get 5 kills, you get 3 points. If you get 3 kills, you get 2 points. So they've just updated some of those to reflect the actual strength of people there, which is pretty nice. And they updated some of the loadouts that you get to, and some of them are a little bit, they're upcoming changes that they wanted to do is update some of the loadouts because some of them were a little bit old, a little bit janky that people never really use unless you're in actual LMS. So that'll be really nice. And they set some of the defaults, some of the default spell books and stuff to more align with what people are actually going to be comfortable with doing in the minigame. Like we said before, I don't think that this saves the minigame. I don't think that there's really still much incentive to go out and do a bunch of LMS, but maybe there is if you still want your rune pouch. It could be a little bit quicker to get your rune pouch now if you're a better PKer, like I am not for sure. So just finishing up on some of those LMS changes. Hoyt, got anything to add to LMS?
No. Nope.
Okay. They also, some other changes, they keep fixing some of the Z buffer issues. So like the people that are sinking into the ground. Dude, it's bad. It's like across
Sailing screwed them.
Oh man, it's across the whole entire game. It's really bad. I think, dude, they need to figure out something on a bigger scale to fix this because it's like they keep going case by case of like, oh, okay, now Verzik doesn't clip through her throne. We fixed that. There's so much that it is going to take a long time to get each individual thing to like work correctly. And I don't know. It seems like a really big task that sailing just kind of, I don't know, threw a wrench in everything. But
yeah, it seems like a structural problem that they're
putting band-aids on.
They couldn't hold back sailing for, but I know that they had a million meetings at the office of like, guys, it's going to break things. It's like, we have to push sailing out. Rightfully so. They shouldn't hold sailing back because people's feet clip around, but it's a bad look for the game and it's annoying. So
it is annoying. Well, I'm looking back at like, this is a very specific example, but like right now I've got the soup pet out because I like him. I think he's cute and he's my most recent pet, I think. But he sinks into the floor so bad. When I first got him, like I was on the docks, you can't even see his flippers or anything. They're just covered by the wood. I'm here at Wintertodt. I've still got him out, and like he's got most of his body underneath the ground. Like you can't even see him. Like he's just sunken so far in the ground that I think that this issue is a lot more widespread than they really realize, and it just doesn't look great. So, anyways, they fixed a bunch of places now, but there's still a lot more to go.
Poor devs.
Yeah. They're doing their best, so I'm not gonna slam them for trying or for any of that. Okay, I think that pretty much wraps it up for the blogs here. Most of the updates. This one was nice and quick getting through it. I guess let's see. The Easter live stream will already have happened. So that actually happened already. So that's done. They are having an organized chaos event, which I think is kind of cool. They're getting like Twitch streamers and some of the content creators really involved with some of the JMod team to promote some of these organized chaos events is what they're calling it. So they're doing a mass Nex event on April 10th. And so that'll be pretty fun. Just to get everybody out there and just do a bunch of mass Nex. Someone will get some lucky people will get some crazy drops for sure. You always see a couple of them in the masses. All right. Anything else on updates, Hoyt, that we missed or that you want to go over before we get into our clan stuff?
No, I think that's it.
Awesome. All right. So I've got a couple clan shout outs this week. It's been 2 weeks since we've done it. So I'm just going to run through a bunch of these. If you want to submit your clan achievements, obviously join our Discord. Link will be below, but you can share whatever you want. Any drops, any achievements that you get. Okay, so this is like 2 weeks of things, like I said. But No Bank Blard got an imbued heart on the UIM, so that's pretty sick. Yeah, he said just doing a gargoyle's task at work and just got it. That's pretty cool. Slender, a guy that I had the absolute pleasure of raiding with quite a bit during the Todd workshop. Super fun to do some raids with him. He got a rock golem from Star Mining, which is pretty sweet. And he also, I think this is even bigger, pulled his Sanguine Ornament kit from Hard Mode Top at 43 KC. Yeah, best ornament kit in the game.
43? Oh my God.
Nice and early.
That's amazing.
Yep. So congrats to Slender. Grandpa Gohan pulled the Gilded Axe on the Iron. Always love to see the Gilded from the clues. And it's one from the Elite Caskets, which are harder to come by, I think. So, pretty cool. Let's see. Flatstick, who is a Group Iron Man with a couple other of the RaidzBank boys, pulled an Enhanced Weapon Seed on the Gim.
GZ.
Best feeling. Gotta be. Wouldn't know, but I would imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Bucha, we've said his name quite a few times on this podcast. He got a Fang on his Iron Man, which is pretty sick. And he also finished his Masori crafting kit. So that's a big little milestone there. We had a couple people who got their max capes back again. And this one threw me for a huge loop, dude. Crimson King, congrats, remaxed. And as an aside, he was in one of my top teams as one of the learners he signed up. And this learner, quote unquote learner, I mean, he did so good. He was amazing. Pulls up with a max Infernal cape. I was like, dude, what are you doing? It was awesome.
He goes way back. I've known him since I started. I think he just takes extended breaks every few years and he'll come back. But
yeah, definitely seeing him around.
Big bingo guy too. You'll see him around in bingos.
Oh yeah, big bingo guy, definitely. So GZ, the Crimson King, and NERFS also got his max cape back again as well this week. Finished off the same grind. Same
also
story.
Likes to take extended breaks. Pops around.
Yep. Also had the absolute pleasure of raiding with him in the top workshop. So
we'll be seeing a lot of people come out of the woodworks for leagues as well. So it's always fun to see the names.
Yeah, should be good. All right, this is a big one. Actually, I'm gonna save this one for last. So we've got a couple people who got beavers in the last 2 weeks. Shivershard got beaver at 33 mil woodcutting, and Whippa got his at 5 million. So congrats to you guys. Great
feast and famine.
Yeah, feast and famine.
I think the rate is like around 28 to 30 mil anyways, so.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with I think Ironwood is best now, right? It's just better than Redwood now. It is. So I don't know what the updated rates are. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, congrats to you guys. Battle Staves pulled an arcane sigil, not Prayer Scroll, on the iron from Corp. So you always love to see the sigil drops.
He can't even use it. No, can he?
Yeah, that's probably the best one to get from Corp now, isn't it? Because you can make the ward. Like if you had to pick just one of them, that's got to be the one you want, I think.
Yeah, no, that is awesome. Yeah. Big GZ.
And last but definitely not least, Mr. AF Carl has been sending a bunch of TOA, and I don't know what his end goal is here, but he definitely hit it. He got it. He got a solo shadow on a 500 that he was running, which is sick.
Hell yeah.
And then a couple days or raids later, he also pulled the TOA pet. So
I actually know what his end goal is because I asked him the same thing.
Yeah, because then he was still doing them.
Yeah. So
okay, what is it?
He wants to get 250 of the cursed phalanxes.
Oh my goodness.
So
he's dropping it every time that he does a 500.
Yeah, when you complete 500 TOA without dying, you get the Fang ornament kit, the cursed phalanx, and if you drop it, your current one, if you drop it on the ground before you open your rewards, you get another one on the collection log. And they cap out they stop tracking at 250, I believe, maybe not. But Carl's goal is to get 250 deathless 500s, basically.
Holy cow.
He's just built different, man. We're not
madman. What a madman. He can make some pretty good money with Fang Kit leeches, too. So maybe he might consider doing some of that in the future.
Maybe.
Or that would be one going towards his goal.
He was very happy about the pet, though, so it's big because he is a pet hunter as well.
Definitely.
Not as extreme as Poplo, but definitely a pet hunter. I wonder how many he has. He can't be too far off.
He's got quite a few. He's up there.
He's got a lot, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what we have for clan shoutouts. If we missed something, I'm so sorry. There's a lot in the last couple weeks. But, yeah, looking forward to all the achievements that are coming again this next week. All right. So, should we hop into Patreon?
Yes.
Questions. All right. We've got 2 questions here, but quick shout out to our endgame members. Go get it. Mikey, Trolley D, Bucha, Afru Brews, and Rune Riot 96. Thank you guys so much for your support of the podcast.
Thank you guys.
Okay, is this the first question from Mr. Rune Riot?
Yeah,
I don't think he submitted one yet.
New member.
All right.
He submitted it, and we are 2 weeks behind, so apologies.
Okay, here we go. So we got 2 questions for you guys today. The first one, Rune Riot asked, loving the podcast, I hope to see both it and the game thrive for years to come. I've recently returned to OSRS, but this game has been a large part of my life since 2005. My question for y'all is, what was the first accomplishment you made in RuneScape that you were proud of? I remember being about 10 when I first completed Dragon Slayer and unlocked a rune plate bodies for the first time. That's a good question. Ooh, I gotta think about it. Hoyt, do you have an answer?
Yeah.
All right.
So, back in the day, oh man. So I played my normal account to 1600 total. I did Monkey Madness 2, Dragon Slayer 2, and then I quit. I felt like I was at a point where I had quote unquote experienced the game. I was ready to go back to other things. And then I took a year off, and I came back and I said, okay, I'm itching to play RuneScape, but this time I want to do it right. Because I was kind of a bond warrior. I bought a couple bonds. I just wasn't playing the real thing. So I don't want to put it like that. But I said, when I come back, I'm going to make an iron. So I came back. I made a hardcore. I lost it within 3 days, probably, to the harpy bug swarms on Chrome. Yeah, beautiful. Trying to get my warm clothing. And I'm big about efficiency at this time. So I was like, I'm going to get 99 fire making, but I'm going to do it with solo Wintertodt so that I can get the maximum construction XP and fletching and stuff. So it takes about twice the amount of time. But I said, if I can't do this, then I can't play this game, because if I can't do the easiest 99, how am I going to do the other, 22 99s, whatever, 20. So I grinded out for days and days to where, like, it was my first real grind from nothing, like jumping in the pool when it's freezing and I wasn't warmed up to this. So it was really hard for me to, like, sit down and crank out hours of solo Wintertodt.
Yeah, that's a big one to go for right off a big grind right off the bat. Locked
in, no side goals, no nothing, just do it. Because I had to prove to myself I was, like, built for this game, which is silly. But I was also streaming at the time. Those who don't know, I had about a 6-month Twitch arc. Hoyt Stream is my Twitch handle. And I would stream. I had a schedule like 4 nights a week. I had a schedule for 4 hours. Or more. So I was like streaming, and spoiler alert, it didn't work out. I was a 0 viewer Andy for a lot of it, but shout out, some people did come hang out. I had a small community. Nice. I would get up to like 15 viewers a few times, it's fun. But long story short, my 99 fire making party, I made like a poster for it, like you would a max party. Like, you made a nicer poster than most people do for maxing. I was like, it's a big deal. It's my first ever 99. I've played since 2004 as a kid, and I could never get one. And man, when we showed up out there, shout out the old OG boys and the Wild Clan. They all showed up, and Heartless was there. Doormat was there. Cause was there. All the homies were there. Even like Crimson King, like we just talked about, he was there, and it was sweet just seeing like 25 people out there just spamming GZs for level 99 fire making on a night.
Nice.
It was like ironic. I think that everyone came there and dressed up and had their clan outfits on. It was funny. But yeah, that was my first real accomplishment that I was really proud of. In hindsight, it's all just so funny because it's like the easiest, fastest 99, and I had all the people out there, and it was just made a whole post, and I knew what I was doing while I was doing it, but it's even better in hindsight to look at it. So
yeah, that's a very sweet memory.
That's a good one.
That's great.
What about you?
First big accomplishment. I mean, I don't know if I can call this an accomplishment, but I've kind of said this before of like, this is kind of what made me into what I am today, is getting my first pet. Like, I remember when my cousin and I, who is in the group Iron that we have, we're doing some bandos, just trying to make some money back in the day. And I was the tank, so I wasn't supposed to get most of the kills, but I did end up stealing a couple kills from him and got the bandos pet. And I just remember that was just like, oh my gosh, like the feeling of that, like I could not believe that happened. Like that shouldn't happen. Like I'm not a lucky person. Like that was like not even on the radar. And I just remember that feeling of getting that first pet. And then shortly after, I think it was maybe like 1 month after that, it was on my birthday actually, I got the Kraken pet, like super early. Same deal. I was just doing some Kraken as Slayer, and I got it on my birthday, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is like meant to be. Awesome. I don't know. So that was just the best feeling of pulling the pets. And I feel like that's still why I do it today, is I still get that feeling of like, I still like tell my wife about it when I pull a pet and stuff, she doesn't, she's just happy that I'm happy, things like that. But yeah, it's just stuff like that that I think really just made me into why I love this game so much and why I think that I will continue to play it for a long time. So not really an achievement, definitely a lucky drop, but set me on the course that I'm on today. So I think that would be my answer for that.
That's a good one. My first pet was the heron, and I got it barb fishing. So after I got 99 fire making, I started to barb fish AFK because it was also the efficient, the OSRS guide was like, get 99 fishing the barb. At some point. And
right.
I got the heron, and the first thing I do is I go look up the rate. And I'm just like, I was like in my 70s for fishing. I was like, oh my God, it's a 1 in 449,000 rate guy. Like, I've won the lottery.
It's like so crazy.
And everybody does that. They're like, I just got, I got the rock golem pet on the, was it the shooting star? It's a 1 in 1.5 million chance.
Yeah.
And it is true, but it's rolling a chance every single node you get. So it's kind of like the rare drop table. It's like, yes, you did get a 1 in 166,000 chance, but you roll that every single time you kill any mob anywhere in the game. So it's like a cute noob thing that we all do and did, and you still see, but I don't want to take that away from anyone, but they're like, the dragon spear, I won the lottery. I'm like, you kind of did.
The dragon spear is a big one because everybody gets one at some point.
Yeah, and they immediately go look up the rate, and they're pissed. Like, that could have been 3 Warhammers.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's not how
it's kind of funny.
But GC. Yeah. That's awesome.
Awesome. Thanks for that question, Rune Riot. That was a good one. We've got one more question this week from Mikey. He asks, everyone talks about wins, like we were just doing, but nobody really talks about the losses that change you. What's one failure you've been through that actually shaped who you are today?
Ooh,
that's a very, very deep question.
Deep one. Yeah. Are we doing? I read this as real life. Is that how you read it? Or
man, I don't know if I have a great answer for either. But yeah, I could probably do something for real life. I can think about it. Do you have something off the top of your head?
I have one. Yeah, I have one. I read this and I was thinking.
Cool.
It's a very
go for it.
Touchy topic. I'll go for it, but
I'll think about it.
When I lost my first big boy job, it was like, honestly, it just rocks your world. And anyone who's been there just knows the feeling of, losing a job, not knowing how to pay your bills and stuff. I had moved out, so I had it was a real problem. It was a crisis. And even if you're like, it took me 4 months, 5 months to find my next gig that was good, and like the current gig I have that's amazing. But even if you're lucky, it takes months to find like another job. So that's, I'm gonna call it a failure, not because it was, but because there's something you can learn from everything. It wasn't the right gig for me, and anyways, it just kind of shaped me into like the worker I am today. I still, there's still a lot I can improve on, but I'd like to think what work ethic I do have really came from like the fear and anxiety of that turned me into like really getting my shit together and like being very good at grad school. And so where undergrad was like really, really hard and a struggle for me. But now it's more of like a trauma response to be like overly prepared and like covering my bases and cover your ass and stuff. So good things do come from, terrible situations. But just having the fear put into me of that situation made me just who I am today. And like I said, there's always continuous improvement. There's a lot of, my flaws I could share that I'd like to improve on, but that certainly fixed a lot of them very quickly because it was fight or flight or survival mode, and I had to get my shit together, I guess. So that's my deep response. Things do get better. And the other thing was, I lost this job. It sucked and all that. It was terrible. But one, I hated the job. And two, the job I got, literally, it took me months to find. My dream job, and it pays me. Now I make like 50 or 60% more than I was making. So it's like, maybe not, I don't know, let's say 40% more, so much more like lucrative, better for the mental. So like there are brighter pastures. So I know not everyone has the same experience or it takes longer to find that great gig, but don't be, if you find yourself in that situation, don't be too doom and gloom. Just try to pick yourself up and see through it.
Yeah. 100%.
And the interview I took for this job, I basically took as one of like, I don't think this is it, but I'm going to take it anyways for practice. I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this company. I don't know who the hell they are. Mm-hmm. I don't know what this is, but I need interviews just for practice and for an ego boost to like know that I can. So, and just instantly kind of like fell in love and we just clicked in the interview. And I'm like, okay, wow, this might actually be something. So it can happen, guys.
Yeah, it's hard to see in the moment, but
yes.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I guess mine is kind of on a similar vein, just as I was thinking about this and you're talking about work and stuff, is I guess this is probably the most recent one that I've kind of been carrying with me a little bit in my personal life. But at the end of last year, so I have a customer that I work with in real life who they've got their farm and they've got a bunch of acres that I service and that I work on for them. And they told me at the end of last year that they were going to transition some of those acres to another company, kind of another provider, which doesn't feel good, of like losing some business, getting some stuff taken away that I had worked really hard for last year to really like take care of them really well. Kind of same as you, Hoyt, kind of over covering a lot of my bases, kind of bending over backwards for this customer a little bit. And it felt just really bad to, just get some stuff taken away for not really knowing why or what happened or exactly what's going on. But that was at like kind of in the fall. And then a lot of business in agriculture gets done over the winter, at least in my kind of in my realm of work, because once the season gets going, people kind of already have who they're going to be working with already set up for the whole year. And people don't often switch in the middle of a season. They usually will do that in the winter. And so it kind of put a little bit of a chip on my shoulder to go get some new business and go talk to some new customers and invest in some other relationships and some other accounts that I think could have a little bit more potential. And I have gotten more business back from other accounts than I lost from that one customer. So I think without kind of having a little bit of a fire, I guess, lit, or a little bit of a chip on my shoulder from that, then I wouldn't have been, I don't know, probably wanting to work as hard or go after some of the business that I have been going after this season. So kind of the same thing where it sucks and I was confused. I talked to my manager about it and stuff of, I don't really know what's going on, why this has happened, but I'm not just going to sit here and I guess be down in the dumps about it. Got to go back and got to go make it up somewhere else. So I guess that's kind of my story in a similar work vein as you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's what I got.
That's a good one. Yeah. It's a good question. And it's really hard things to talk about, like the first, it's been many years now, but the first couple years, like I just couldn't really talk about it with people. It was just like too painful. So I think time heals and you're able to see like how things grew. And I think my situation, I won't go into it too much, but there's definitely like a big tinge of like injustice, kind of like you felt like you don't know why they did this or what. And that injustice really sticks with you because like even as a kid, I remember the first times I was like I truly like I got blamed for something I didn't do.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I remember
yeah.
that. Like
Mhm.
it sticks out to you.
100%.
And there's like this need for like vengeance or justice that obviously you can't act on as like a reasonable human being, but like, oh God, it just sits with you.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I'm sure everyone has those stories. Thank you for the great question.
Thanks for the questions. I think on that note, on that heavy note, that's something to think about for all of us this week. I think we'll wrap up the episode there. Hoyt, got anything else or?
No, we got
All right.
hopefully next episode we'll talk about leagues, and then I've got like a nice chess room built out. So
sweet.
Generally when we get like around the 2-hour mark, we do have to go on with our days, so we're gonna save the chess room.
Yep.
And I'll have you and Heartless. I'll give you a spoiler. It is a quiz, okay? That's all I'll say.
Okay. So let me do my homework. All right.
Yeah. I won't tell you on what, but
okay.
It'll be something you're getting.
All right. So. It'll be fun. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Thank you, guys.